All right, Shalom. First and foremost, as always, I'd like to give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahushua, Bahashim, Racha HaKodash. Double honors unto the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well. Salutations to you, sincere, hopeful, elect Akim, that puts the word of Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahushua in spirit and in truth. Coming back at you with another lesson. And in this lesson, pretty much I'm going to get into America's Golden Age, which Golden Age is something that Donald Trump, being that he just got sworn into office earlier today, he said that this is going to be America's Golden Age. All right, which goes hand in hand with the term or the saying "Make America Great Again." All right, the whole MAGA movement. The Edomites in particular had 4 years ago, 4+ years ago. All right. Which, saying that America is going to enter into a golden age is pretty much, like I said, saying that America is it's not going to be in a state of decline. He even stated that, Trump stated that, America's decline or whatever is over. All right. Now that's wishful thinking. Sounds good. But according to prophecy, according to the Holy Scriptures, we know that this place is done. All right, so there's a whole bunch of fluff and puff and false hope that Esau, Edom in particular, Donald Trump is pretty much ushering out to his supporters, those fellow thoroughbred Edomites that want to see America go back to just that good old racism, should I say, the old school racism where, Jake was just cooned out, Jake wasn't woke, Jake didn't know what was going on. All they knew was go to work and be a good slave and come back home and fucking take care of your wife and kids, you know what I'm saying? Just be a good old slave, be a passive good old boy, That's the America that Trump wants to see again, and which is that falls in line along with the golden age. So here's an AI overview. As you can see, I typed in golden age meaning in history. It says a golden age is a period in history when society experiences prosperity, peace, and cultural achievement. All right, so once again, it says a golden age is a period in history when a society experiences prosperity, peace, and cultural achievement. All right, now, Babylon has never been a peaceful place. All right, America has never been a place of, peace. It might be some peace in regards to Edomites, all right, so-called white people, but that has not ever been the case for Israelites, all right? And also cultural achievement, the culture that American culture is pretty much a hybrid of a bunch of different cultures that, as a matter of fact, during the inauguration, before the inauguration ceremony, either before or after, I forget, but you had a news commentator that was saying that America is the only country where you can be an immigrant from wherever and come to the United States and actually become so-called American, become an American citizen, in which hearing that lets you know that there's no such thing as a true American culture or a true American people, because you as a so-called white person can't go to any other country and actually become one of them, become Chinese, A so-called Negro can't go to Japan and become Japanese, get citizenship, and now you're Japanese, or go to China, get citizenship, and become Chinese, or go to Africa, get citizenship, and become African. No, but it don't work like that. But America is the only place where you have a bunch of different nations that claim to be the same race of people. All right, which is stupid. Okay, so America is not a place of peace. It's never been a place of peace. It will not be a place of peace. Okay. Um, it did experience prosperity at a certain point, but those days of prosperity for America are long over. Okay, and cultural achievement. All right, this there's no culture here in America. All right. So continuing, it says the term comes from Greek mythology, where it referred to a time when people lived in a state of happiness and harmony. All right, and the only people who have ever lived in a state of happiness and harmony here in America are Edomites. When they had Jake, Israelites in slavery, hardcore slavery. Um, Jim Crow era. Jake getting lynched. You couldn't even look at Edomite in their eyes when you're walking down the street, so on and so forth. That's when Edomites were in happiness and harmony. Okay. Origins. It says the term Golden Age originated in Greek mythology, particularly in the works of Hesiod, Hesiod, if I'm pronouncing that correctly. It says Hesiod described the Golden Age as the first of 5 ages of men. All right, and unless you know that everybody steals from the scriptures, but don't give scriptures credit. All right, the Holy Scriptures credit. So the 5 ages of men, it says, followed by silver, bronze, heroic, and iron ages. Okay, the Golden Age was associated with the Titan Cronus in Greek mythology and with the Roman god Saturn in Latin mythology. A bunch of BS. All right. Jumping down here. All right, to other uses of the term. The term Golden Age can also refer to a period of a person's life, such as childhood, or a period after middle age. All right, so America is past its middle age, and it's past its childhood, its infancy. All right, America is an old person in a retirement home that's about to receive the beating of a lifetime. All right, some old demonic Edomite that needs to get his diapers changed, that be talking crap to a Jake employee. All right, and then the Jake employee just loses it and beats the shit out of the old person in the old folks home. All right, that's the treatment America is about to receive from the Heavenly Father. All right, so once again, as you see here, Hesiod, okay, wants to plagiarize pretty much the scriptures with five ages of men. All right, followed by silver, bronze, heroic, and iron ages. Now, we'll get into America's Golden Age. Let me read some scriptures real quick. This is Psalm chapter 49 and verse 11. It says, their inward thought is that their houses shall continue forever, and their dwelling places to all generations. They call their lands after their own names. All right, and there's a lot of towns, cities, states, okay, in America that are named after Edomites. All right, and those same places here in America that were named after Edomites previously were named after Gadites. Okay, being that are Reubenites, because Gad and Reuben, are the original inhabitants, or Issachar. All right, those are the original inhabitants of the Americas, of North America. In particular. Okay, America. You had Gad, Reuben, and Issachar here in the Americas, or America, North America, and they had lands named after them. But um, being that Esau took over and pretty much stole this land, now we have lands named after Edomites, and with that, they don't want to see that fall, you know. So their inward thought is that their houses is going to continue, uh, throughout all generations. The dwelling places, uh, excuse me, it says the inward thought is that their houses shall continue forever and their dwelling places to all generations. All right, let me read that in NLT. It says, the grave is their eternal home where they will stay forever. They may name their estates after themselves. Okay. All right, so that's kind of whatever. But, being that, Trump simply stating that, America is going to enter into a golden age lets you know that this place being destroyed, according to biblical prophecy, is the furthest thing from that dude's mind. It's the furthest thing from a lot of people's minds. But that still doesn't take away the fact that these other nations, in particular Russia, feel the way they do about the West, America in particular. Okay, so the golden age of America is long gone. There will be no golden age 2.0 for Babylon the Great. All right. Let me grab my next precept. This is Job 14 and verse 4. It says, who can bring a clean thing out of an unclean? Question. That's a question. Not one. Okay. Seeing his days are determined, the number of his months are with thee. Thou hast appointed his bounds that he cannot pass. So America's completely corrupted and it's an unclean thing. All right. And so with America itself being unclean, you can't get anything clean or pure out of America, being that it was created or established in corruption. All right. It says, and seeing his days are determined, the number of his months are with thee. Thou hast appointed his bounds that he cannot pass. So America has a certain date in which it's going to fall. It's going to be destroyed. All right. And that destruction, like it says in Revelation, is only going to take 1 hour. All right. But there's a certain bounds that it can't go past. All right. Just like an hourglass. Okay. Once that last piece of sand, falls through to that other side, there's no more time left. Okay. And that's what we're going to see happen with America. All right. Now, there's going to be all kind of things that this administration is gonna want to impose and implement and change. All right, and decree, with hopes of that forwarding the prosperity of America. But that's not gonna be successful, according to the Bible. All right, it's not gonna be successful. All right, and you're gonna have a lot of people invest time and energy into, hopes of this place becoming, a shell of what it once was. All right, be becoming what it once was. But nothing America is gonna do is gonna, cause it to be in a state of prosperity. Okay, so that's wishful thinking, but it's a wrap for this place, man. It's too corrupted. All right, it's too evil. It's too much wickedness that America is still saturated in, that it still promotes, that it still upholds. Okay, and switching out the monkey, uh, being the so-called president, from Biden to Trump is not going to make any type of difference. All right, this place is still going to be obliterated with thermonuclear fire, according to biblical prophecy. All right. Um, Let me see. Continuing on. Let me see. Let me read this verse 5 in the NLT. It says, "You have decided the length of your lives. You know now. Excuse me. You know how many months we will live, and we are not given a minute longer." Okay. So that's the Heavenly Father that decided the length of kingdoms. All right. He knows, the Heavenly Father knows how many months, a kingdom is going to be in decadence and in the power seat. All right. And up to the minute, the Lord knows up to the minute in which he's going to allow a kingdom to be in power before he takes it out. All right. Just like, the writing on the wall in the book of Daniel, um, let me grab this real quick. This is from Google, or not Google, but from Brave, the search engine. And it says America's Golden Age. It says the concept of America's Golden Age varies depending on the perspective. Many Americans view the 1950s as the Golden Age due to economic prosperity, political stability, and the nation's global dominance. All right, so this was America's Golden Age right here. All right, the 1950s, when niggas had to shut up. You couldn't look at an Edomite walking down the street. You get your ass on the other side of the road. You better not even look over here. You better not drink from our water fountain. All right, you better not look at no white woman, no wholesome white woman. All right, just completely what's the word I'm looking for? As Israelites, we were completely rejected and looked down on. Okay, and that's what Trump wants to bring back. He wants to bring back hardcore segregation. Hardcore, which there ain't nothing wrong with that. Because Israelites were better off being separate from Esau. Rubbing elbows with Edomites is the worst thing that can happen for the nation of Israel. Okay, because there's nothing more than Hellenization. All right. It says, however, the term Golden Age is often used retrospectively and can be subjective. Historians also refer to the Gilded Age, which roughly spans from the late 1870s to the late 1890s, characterized by rapid industrialization, economic growth, and technological advancements, despite issues of political corruption and growing inequality. All right. So, the Golden Age, once again, for America was in the 1950s due to economic prosperity, political stability, and the nation's global dominance. All right. So, the nation, America, no longer has global dominance. All right. So, scratch that. Political stability. They no longer have political stability. All right. All the corruption that's within politics. So, you can scratch that. And economic prosperity. Nothing is being manufactured in America anymore. So, you can scratch that. So, how the hell, does the president assume that America is gonna tap into a golden age again? All right. Now, if you not knowing anything, you might think that's possible. All right, but that's the benefit of knowing the Holy Scriptures, because we know that golden age is long gone, and it ain't gonna be no golden age 2.0 for Babylon the Great. All right. So once again, getting this from the origins of golden age, right? As it says, Hesiod described the Golden Age as the first of 5 ages of man, followed by silver, bronze, heroic, and iron ages. And this, as soon as I read that, what came to mind was Daniel the 2nd chapter. Okay, so this came to mind when I read that, and so we're gonna read in the scriptures about these different ages. Okay, because these different ages have already pretty much came and gone. All right, and we're in the final age, or the final stage, before this place is completely done away. All right, so like I'm trying to turn some lights on real quick. So let's grab that here in Daniel the 2nd chapter. All right, so Daniel the 2nd chapter, starting at verse 36, and it says, and this is the dream, and we will tell the interpretation thereof before the king. It says, thou, O king, art a king of kings, for the power of heaven hath given thee a kingdom, power, and strength, and glory. And wheresoever the children of men dwell, the beasts of the field and the fowls of heaven hath he given into thine hand, and hath made thee ruler over them all. Thou art this head of gold. Okay, so that first head of gold, pertaining to that image that was shown in that dream, was the Babylonians. All right, was Nebuchadnezzar. Okay, so like, hold on, bear with me. Yeah. All right, so that was the first head of gold. Okay. Continuing on in verse 39, it says, and after these shall arise another kingdom inferior to thee, and another third kingdom of brass, which shall bear rule over all the earth. Okay, so that brass, okay, was referring to the Grecian Empire. Okay, the Grecian Empire, and then also you got to remember as well that after these shall arise another kingdom inferior to thee, was referring to the Medo-Persian Empire, which was around 559 to 330 BC. And then after that, you had the Grecian Empire, which was around 331 through 168 BC. Okay. Verse 40, it says, and the fourth kingdom shall be strong as iron, for as much as iron breaketh in pieces and subdueth all things, and as iron that breaketh all these shall it break in pieces and bruise. All right. Excuse me. Let me read that one more time. I didn't have it queued up. It says, and the fourth kingdom shall be strong as iron, for as much as iron breaketh in pieces and subdueth all things, and as iron that breaketh all these shall it break in pieces and bruise. All right, and that's the Roman Empire, which was from 168 BC to around AD 476. Okay. So yeah, that's another piece of that image. Okay, the statue. Verse 41. It says, and whereas thou sawest the feet and toes part of potter's clay and part of iron. The kingdom shall be divided, but there shall be in it of the strength of the iron, for as much as thou sawest the iron mixed with miry clay. And as the 10 toes of the feet were part iron and part clay, so the kingdom shall be partly strong and partly divided. All right, so those 10 toes here in verse 41 is referring to the EU. All right, now you have certain EU nations that are stronger than others. All right, and they don't all pretty much mesh and get along. Okay, which is why you had Brexit, which was the British exiting on the EU some years ago, around 2017, somewhere around there. All right, so that's the the 10 toes, some of them being weak and some of them being strong. For instance, you got Germany, which used to be somewhat a strong, stable economy. Holding it down for the rest of those nations. And back when there was turmoil starting with the EU, you had I believe it was Greece was one of the first nations to go under with the banking system. All right, they had the run on the banks back in I want to say 2013, 14, 15, somewhere around there. All right, early on, when I came in the truth. All right, the first couple of years in the truth, Greece was one of the first nations over in Europe that really was going through it. All right, so we're seeing that once again, not once again, but I should mention that America is the revived Roman Empire. It's Rome, reincarnated. Okay, so with America being Rome reincarnated, we're seeing that its dominance and its hegemony is no longer what it used to be. Okay, it's no longer what it used to be. It's weak. Verse 42 it says, let me see, and as the toes of the feet were part of iron and part of clay, so the kingdom shall be partly strong and partly broken. And whereas thou sawest iron mixed with the miry clay, they shall mingle themselves with the seed of men, but they shall not cleave one to another, even as iron is not mixed with clay. Okay, so that's why everything is going left with America, the EU, all right, NATO, all that. Anything America is included in is going left right now. Like Trump just signed a executive order pulling out of the Paris climate treaty. All right, if I'm saying it correctly, climate accord or climate treaty or whatever, but they pulled out of that. Okay, so you got all these these Edomite nations trying to mingle themselves and do business and on an economic and finance business level and and none of it is panning out. Okay, and that's because this is prophecy that this is prophecy that is prophesied that this is how it would be for the Edomites in the end. Okay, and nothing working. All right. Verse 44. It says, and in the days of these kings shall the Most High power of heaven set up a kingdom which shall never be destroyed, and the kingdom shall not be left to other people, but shall break in pieces and consume all these kingdoms, and it shall stand forever. All right, and that is talking about the kingdom of heaven. which is going to be spearheaded by Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. So the Edomite kingdom is falling and the Israelite kingdom is rising. All right. So once again, everything Trump is talking about, we're entering the golden age of America. His dreams is going to be intensively disappointed. Okay, because the Heavenly Father is about to throw a monkey wrench in Esau's plans that he ain't even see coming. Okay. Let me see, verse 45. It says, "For as much as thou sawest that the stone was cut out of the mountain without hands, and that it brake in pieces the iron, the brass, the clay, the silver, and the gold." All right, all these kingdoms that ruled before. All right, all the nations that ruled before, Yahweh Shai, rules the kingdom of heaven here on earth. You had the Babylonians. Okay. You had the Medo-Persian Empire, the Greeks. All right, the Romans. Okay, you had all of them rule, but now it's time for them to take a back seat in slavery and let the rightful heir to rule that was created to rule earth take its place. Okay, so it says midway through verse 45, it says, "The great power hath made known to the king what shall come to pass hereafter, and the dream is certain and the interpretation sure." All right. So ain't no golden age for America. That part of history is long gone. All right. Jeremiah 51 and verse 6, it says, "Flee out of the midst of Babylon and deliver every man his soul. Be not cut off in her iniquity, for this is the time of Yahweh's vengeance. He will render unto her a recompense." So Babylon has to be recompensed for all the evil shit it's done and still doing. Okay, so you don't get to have a golden age. All right, get to do a whole bunch of bullshit, have a golden age, be on a decline, have another golden age, and then that cycle just continues and repeats. No, you have your ebbs and flows. You have one ebb and one flow. All right, you only got one chance. Do not miss your chance to blow. This opportunity comes once in a lifetime. All right, to quote Eminem. All right, but you as a nation, you have your climax, your peak, your summit, and then you have your decline, and then you have judgment that comes. So America already had its golden age in the 1950s. It had its decline, and now it's about to receive its judgment. Okay, it's about to receive its judgment. Verse 7, it says, "Babylon hath been a golden cup in the Lord Yahweh's hand, that made all the earth drunken. The nations have drunken of her wine, therefore the nations are mad." Okay, so the nations is pissed off. The nations don't care that Donald Trump got elected and put in office. They still want justice. Okay, "Babylon is suddenly fallen and destroyed. How for her? Take balm for her pain. If so be she may be healed." So there's no remedy that's gonna make all of America's problems and worries go away. There's nothing anybody can do. Okay, not even a angel is gonna try and intervene and reverse time or whatever, some crazy stuff like that. Reverse a upset prophecy. There's nothing nobody can do to had the Heavenly Father change his mind on the judgment that's coming to America. Okay. Verse 9, it says, we would have healed Babylon, but she's not healed. All right. To this day, America's not healed. Forsake her and let us go every one into his own country, for her judgment reacheth unto heaven and is lifted up to the skies. All right. So, the judgment of Babylon the Great. All right. It's it's filthiness, it's rottenness, it's wickedness, it's iniquity, is mounted up to the skies, and like it says in Revelation 18, the Lord gonna take this place out, man. All right. Revelation 18 in verse 20, it says, rejoice over her, thou heaven, and ye holy apostles and prophets, for the Most High hath avenged you on her. All right. So us feeling the way we feel is justified and is righteous. All right. Now this world looks at us, these Babylonians here in America, they look at us prophets as, the problem. When no, according to the good book, we're justified in saying that America is a problem, stating that America is a problem, identifying America as a problem, spearheaded by the Edomites. All right, we're justified in that. All right, so the Lord is going to avenge us on this place. Verse 21, it says, and a mighty angel took up a stone like a great millstone and cast it into the sea, saying, thus with violence shall that great city Babylon be thrown down, and shall be found no more at all. All right. So this place is a sea. All right. You got a whole bunch of, nations, people from all over the world that have, been brainwashed into thinking that they're Americans, have come here to America and really think they're free and think they're Americans. All right. The Lord, which is why it's referred to as a sea, the sea representing the people. But this place is going to be thrown down. It's not going to be found anymore at all after that fire subsides and the fire is pretty much naturally put out. You ain't going to have anything here except those desert-like creatures that's prophesied to be here. But this place is going to be destroyed, man. It ain't going to be no golden age 2.0 for America, So I just want to bring that out. Lord willing, this was edifying. Till next time, shalom.